My parents gave my sister a luxury villa and left me an empty parking lot. You can always sleep under the stars, they said, but when I turned it into a business, they wanted a share. When my grandfather died last year, everyone knew he was leaving property to me and my sister Sarah. What we didn't know was how unfairly he'd split everything up. Sarah got this beautiful 3-bedroom villa worth about 800 grand. Swimming pool, marble countertops, walk-in closets, the whole 9 yards. It was like something you'd see in a magazine. Me? I got a cracked asphalt parking lot behind a strip mall. No building, no nothing. Just empty space with weeds growing through the pavement and a rusty chain link fence around it. My parents thought it was hilarious. My dad actually laughed when the lawyer read the will. He said, "Well, son, at least you'll never have to worry about a mortgage. You can always sleep under the stars." My mom chimed in with, "Maybe you can start a camping business," and they both cracked up like it was the funniest joke ever. Sarah just sat there smiling, probably already planning how she'd decorate her new mansion. I was devastated. This parking lot was worth maybe $50,000, and that's being generous. Sarah got 16 times more than me, and my parents acted like I should be grateful for literal dirt. But after feeling sorry for myself for about a week, I started looking at that lot differently. It was right behind a busy shopping center, next to a gym and a coffee shop. Cars drove by all day long. I had an idea. I used my savings to buy a couple food trucks and convinced some local restaurants to set up there. I charged them rent for the spots and kept 30% of their sales. Within 2 months, my parking lot turned into this awesome food truck park. People came for lunch every day. The line stretched around the block on weekends. I added picnic tables, string lights, and even got a permit for a beer garden. The place was packed from noon until midnight. I was making more money in a month than I used to make in a year. Local news did a story about it. Food bloggers started showing up. The mayor even stopped by and said it was exactly what the city needed. That's when my parents suddenly became very interested in my little project. My dad started dropping by unannounced, asking detailed questions about my profit margins and how much money I was bringing in. My mom began telling her friends that she always knew I was entrepreneurial and that the parking lot was actually the better inheritance because it had more potential. Then came the phone call. My dad said he and mom had been talking and they realized they should probably help me manage the business since it was getting so successful. He suggested they become partners and take a 40% cut to help with overhead and family support. When I asked what overhead, he got vague and mentioned things like generational wealth building and keeping money in the family. I told him absolutely not. I built this business from nothing while they were making jokes about me sleeping under stars. Sarah got her villa free and clear, so my parking lot was mine free and clear too. My dad got angry and said I was being ungrateful, that they'd supported me my whole life and deserved to benefit from my success. My mom called me selfish and said good children share with their parents. Sarah even got involved, saying I should give them something since they gave me such a great opportunity. The same sister who'd never offered me a dime when I was struggling to get the business started. I told them all to get lost. My business was doing great without their help, and I wasn't about to hand over 40% to people who laughed at me 6 months ago. Now they won't talk to me unless it's to bring up the partnership idea again. My dad keeps sending me articles about family businesses and how important it is to include everyone. But you know what? My food truck park is booming, I'm making 6 figures a year, and I did it all by myself. Sarah can keep her fancy villa. I'll take my worthless parking lot any day.